Saturday night had the 8-1 Baylor Bears travel to Boone Pickens Stadium to take on the undefeated Oklahoma State Cowboys and a place the Bears have not won at since 1939. While students love all the Baylor activities here on Fountain Mall, they really just enjoy having a day off before beginning to prepare for their upcoming finals. After yet another Big 12 title in the books, the Lady Bears will have a few days to rest before they head to the Big 12 tournament, which runs from March 4th through March 7th. For LTVN, I'm Thomas Mott. Baylor quarterback Seth Russell suffered a neck injury late in the fourth quarter, and with multiple Bears still on the road to recovery, their bye week could not come at a better time. For LTVN, I'm Thomas Mott. After a very eventful 2 weeks, which Baylor Nation saw starting quarterback Seth Russell undergo neck surgery, the Bears traveled to upset-minded K-State on a very chilly Thursday evening. A Waco couple's home, originally purchased for $28,000, is now on sale for nearly $1 million, thanks to HGTV superstars Chip and Joanna Gaines. And there's a tiny twist to the story. The Baylor football team had its spring game this past weekend, giving fans and recruits their first glimpse of next year's team. LTVN's Elizabeth Tharp has the story. Former Baylor quarterback and Heisman Trophy winner Robert Griffin III found a new home in the NFL this week with the Baltimore Ravens. The former number 2 overall pick did not play last season after being cut by the Cleveland Browns in March of 2017. As a part of the counseling center's expansion in 2016, Baylor has hired eating disorder specialist Aaron McGinty and hopes to increase the school's resources available to students who struggle with food-related conditions. Bailey Brammer has the story. Today is Baylor's time to shine in the NFL spotlight as 14 players worked out in front of 29 NFL scouts at the 2017 Baylor Pro Day. Alongside Jacob Brandenburg, I am Thomas Mott. And Jacob, odds are all 14 players will not be drafted in this year's draft. Still, a chance for them to show off what they have in front of NFL scouts.
All right, you've got your star players like a Katie Cannon or a Kyle Fuller, guys that will for sure be drafted in the NFL draft. But then you've got guys like a Ryan Reed or an Orion Stewart. This is their only chance to work out in front of NFL personnel, and they have to try and impress if they want to get a roster spot.
While he may not be the top-rated quarterback in this year's draft, Seth Russell is still a very interesting quarterback at that position, coming off a season that was cut short again, big ankle injury against Oklahoma. How did he look throwing the football today?
Well, I think Seth Russell was impressive throwing the football today. He was asked to make some throws that he didn't make while he was at Baylor. These are those NFL-style throws, those 20-yard in routes, those deep comeback routes, and he looked very good throwing those today to his receivers. I was impressed with Seth Russell, and we'll see if a team takes a chance on him.
Perhaps the Baylor player with the highest draft grade in this year's draft is the wide receiver Katie Cannon. 13 touchdowns last season for 1,200 yards. He ran a full NFL route tree in front of scouts today.
All right, now's kind of the doubt about Katie Cannon is, can he run those routes anything other than, a go route or a little screen route? And today he did that. He was asked to do that. He looked very smooth running his routes. He looked very fast. We all know how fast Katie Cannon is. And so, yes, I think he will probably be the first Baylor Bear taken in the upcoming NFL draft.
When you start to go through the rest of the list, it's hard to find where people might get drafted in the later rounds. Ishmael Zamora is a name that might jump off the page at wide receiver. Obviously, the off-the-field issues last year, he did beat his dog and was not invited to the NFL Combine. Still, a 6'4" frame. He looked pretty good running routes today.
Well, that's the dilemma with Ishmael Zamora. He's got all the physical tools. He's got the size. He's got speed. He had a 40-inch vertical today. But the problem is he has those off-field issues. So will it be a matter of, or probably more when a matter of, a team feels they can take a chance on him with those off-the-field issues, and if it's worth all the physical tools and skill he brings on the football field.
NFL draft is just a few weeks away, April 27th in Philadelphia. Got to tune in for that to see where all of these Bears end up landing. Alongside Jacob Brandenburg, I am Thomas Mott for LTVN. Thank you for watching. 2 words sum up Baylor's 2015 football season: injury-plagued. And with a 23-17 home loss to the Texas Longhorns on Saturday, the Bears' story ended with another devastating blow. Baylor quarterback Chris Johnson was injured early in the first half, making him the 3rd Baylor quarterback to suffer an injury this season. Shortly after, tensions were high on both sides of the field, which caused a bench-clearing fight to occur. After Johnson went down, wide receiver Lynx Hawthorne took over quarterback duties and led the Bears on a furious comeback that came up just short.
Very disappointing situation for our seniors, and then our university and our football team, and then we just have to try to salvage the year by going to a bowl game, winning a bowl game.
There's some teams right here that would love to go 9-3, so I don't really see it as a disappointment. We still have the opportunity to go 10-win season. The disappointing thing is sending the seniors out, not without a win at home in the last game.
We certainly thought at halftime we were going to come back and win 21-20. I mean, that's what we believed. And, that was our mission and goal coming out of the locker room.
The Bears not only lost the game on Saturday, they also lose out on a chance to attend the Sugar Bowl and will instead play in the Russell Athletic Bowl on December 29th. For LTVN, I'm Thomas Mott.